It is a wonderful feeling. Isn't it that fresh? Clean smell after a good spring clean. The gleam on the countertop. The sparkle in the bathroom. For so many of us, a truly clean home brings a sense of peace, order, and comfort. It's a space where we feel safe, where we can relax and just be ourselves. But what if I told you that some of the very products we rely on to make our homes pristine might actually be silently working against our health, especially as we reach our golden years? It's a painful reality that, as we get older, our bodies change. Our skin becomes a little more delicate, our respiratory system's a bit more sensitive, and our overall resilience might not be what it once was. What was perfectly fine for us to use in our 30s or 40s, seemingly without a second thought, can sometimes pose a real hidden danger when we're over 70. We're often not even aware of the subtle toll these everyday items might be taking on our well-being. But there's a secret that many cleaning product manufacturers don't want you to know. In this video, we're going to uncover 3 common cleaning products that, if you're over 70, you absolutely should avoid. We'll talk about why they're problematic and, more importantly, what safe and effective alternatives you can use instead to keep your home sparkling without putting your health at risk. This isn't about giving up a clean home. It's about cleaning smarter and safer for your body. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's dive right into the first one. A product many of us might only pull out a few times a year, but one that packs a truly powerful and potentially dangerous punch oven cleaner. You know the stuff I'm talking about. It promises to melt away baked-on grease and grime with minimal scrubbing, transforming a blackened oven into something sparkling clean. But have you ever stopped to think about what makes it so incredibly effective? It's the incredibly harsh chemicals it contains. Things like lye, also known as sodium hydroxide or caustic soda. These are highly alkaline substances, which means they're incredibly corrosive. They're designed to break down tough grease and food residue, and they do it well. But they also have the same effect on human tissue. Think about it. If it can cut through months of burnt-on food, what might it be doing to your lungs or skin? For those of us over 70, the risks associated with these strong oven cleaners are amplified. Our respiratory systems, even if generally healthy, are often not as robust as they were in our younger years. Inhaling the fumes from oven cleaners can cause immediate and severe irritation to the lungs and airways. You might experience a sudden, persistent cough, shortness of breath, a burning sensation in your chest, or even feel lightheaded. For someone who already manages conditions like asthma, COPD, or even just seasonal allergies, these fumes can trigger a serious exacerbation, leading to a trip to the emergency room. Imagine feeling dizzy or disoriented while cleaning, especially if you're bending and reaching into an oven. That momentary imbalance could lead to a fall. And a fall for someone over 70 can have far more serious consequences than it might for a younger person. Broken bones, head injuries. These are not just inconvenient. They can drastically impact your independence and quality of life. Beyond the respiratory dangers, these products pose a significant risk to your skin and eyes. Even a tiny splash or prolonged skin contact can cause chemical burns, leading to painful blisters, redness, and irritation. Our skin tends to thin and become more fragile with age, making it more susceptible to damage. And getting these chemicals in your eyes can lead to severe irritation, pain, and even permanent vision damage. Our dexterity might not be as sharp, making it harder to handle protective gloves or quickly rinse an eye if an accident occurs. There's also the very real, though less common, risk of accidental ingestion if bottles are stored improperly or mistaken for other household items, which could lead to severe internal burns. So, what's the safer way to keep your oven clean? The best approach is prevention and gentler, natural alternatives. If you wipe down your oven regularly after use, preferably when it's still warm but not hot, you can prevent a lot of the tough buildup. For those more stubborn spots, a simple paste made from baking soda and a little water works wonders. Spread it on the soiled areas. Let it sit overnight. and then spray it with white vinegar the next morning. The vinegar will react with the baking soda, creating a gentle fizzing action that helps lift the grime. You can then easily wipe it away with a damp cloth. It takes a little more time and patience than a harsh chemical spray, but it's entirely safe for your lungs, skin, and the environment. If your oven is truly beyond a simple baking soda treatment, consider hiring a professional cleaning service. They have the right equipment and experience to handle the job safely, or they can use commercial-grade, less volatile products. If you absolutely must use a chemical oven cleaner, ensure your kitchen is extremely well ventilated. Open all windows and doors. Turn on your kitchen fan, and wear heavy-duty gloves and eye protection. But honestly, for your peace of mind and your long-term health, avoiding these highly corrosive products altogether is the wisest choice. Your lungs and skin will thank you. Now that we've talked about what's lurking in those powerful oven cleaners, let's turn our attention to something many of us use daily, almost without thinking, believing it's making our homes smell nicer, but which can be equally, if not more, insidious air fresheners. I'm talking about those aerosol sprays, the plug-ins, the gels, the automatic dispensers, anything designed to mask or replace an unpleasant odor with a manufactured scent. We've all been there, right? A cooking smell lingers, or the house just feels a bit stuffy, and we instinctively reach for that spray or plug in that little device, hoping to usher in a breath of fresh air. The truth, however, is that these products don't clean the air. They simply load it with a cocktail of chemicals. Many air fresheners contain what are known as volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, and often phthalates. VOCs are gases emitted from certain solids or liquids that can have short and long-term adverse health effects. Think of them as tiny, invisible particles floating around that you then breathe in. Phthalates are a group of chemicals used to make plastics more flexible and are also found in many scented products to make the fragrance last longer. For those over 70, the continuous exposure to these chemicals can have a significant, though often unrecognized, impact. Our lungs, as we've discussed, are more sensitive. Inhaling VOCs and phthalates can trigger or worsen respiratory conditions like asthma and allergies. You might experience a persistent cough, nasal congestion, sneezing, or even shortness of breath that you attribute to something else, like a cold or just getting older, when, in fact, it could be your beloved air freshener. Beyond respiratory issues, many people report headaches, dizziness, and nausea when exposed to strong air freshener scents. Imagine feeling generally unwell, with a persistent dull headache, and not being able to pinpoint the cause. It could very well be the constant release of chemicals into your living space. Some studies even suggest a link between long-term phthalate exposure and hormone disruption. Though more research is needed in this area, it's certainly something to be mindful of, especially for an aging body that is already undergoing natural hormonal shifts. The cumulative effect of breathing in these compounds day in and day out can put an unnecessary strain on your body's systems, including your liver and kidneys, which are responsible for filtering toxins. Think about it this way: if a room is stuffy or smells unpleasant, it's almost always because there's a source of the odor, or simply a lack of fresh air. Masking it with chemicals doesn't solve the underlying problem. It merely adds another layer of complexity for your body to process. So, how can you truly refresh your home without resorting to these problematic products? The simplest and most effective solution is natural ventilation. Open your windows, even just for a few minutes each day, to allow fresh air to circulate. This truly clears out stale air and any lingering odors. If you have an odor source, identify it and clean it. For example, regularly empty and wash your waste bins, clean pet areas, or tackle that lingering cooking smell by wiping down surfaces. For a pleasant, natural aroma, consider placing bowls of baking soda in areas where odors tend to accumulate. Like in the fridge or bathroom, baking soda is a fantastic odor absorber. You could also try simmering a pot of water on the stove with natural ingredients like orange peels, cinnamon sticks, cloves, or fresh rosemary. This creates a wonderfully inviting aroma that's completely natural and harmless. Essential oil diffusers can also be an option, but use them sparingly and with pure essential oils, not synthetic fragrance oils. Always ensure good ventilation when diffusing, and avoid direct inhalation, especially if you have respiratory sensitivities. Ultimately, a truly fresh home is one that breathes, not one that's artificially perfumed. You'll not only breathe easier, but you'll also eliminate a hidden source of potential irritation and discomfort, contributing to your overall vitality. We've covered oven cleaners, those pervasive air fresheners, and now, let's talk about the third common cleaning product that demands caution. Especially for those over 70, household bleach. This isn't about being alarmist, but about being informed and making the safest choices for your health. Bleach, primarily sodium hypochlorite, is a powerful disinfectant and whitening agent. It kills germs, brightens whites, and many of us have grown up seeing it used for deep cleaning in kitchens and bathrooms. It certainly does get things remarkably clean. However, its effectiveness comes from its highly reactive chemical nature, which is precisely why it can be so dangerous if not handled with extreme care, or if used by bodies that are more susceptible to its effects. For individuals over 70, the risks associated with bleach are substantial. First and foremost, its fumes can be incredibly irritating to the respiratory system, even more so than many other cleaners. Inhaling bleach fumes can cause severe coughing, wheezing, and difficulty breathing for someone with pre-existing conditions like asthma, bronchitis, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Even mild exposure can trigger a serious respiratory attack, potentially leading to hospitalization. Imagine a routine bathroom cleaning session turning into a struggle for breath. Our lungs become less resilient with age, making us more vulnerable to chemical irritation and less able to recover quickly. Beyond respiratory issues, bleach is highly corrosive to the skin and eyes. Direct contact can cause chemical burns, leading to painful irritation, redness, and blistering. If it splashes into the eyes, it can cause severe pain, corneal damage, and even permanent vision impairment. With age, our skin is thinner and more fragile, and our reflexes might be slower, making it harder to quickly rinse off an accidental splash. But perhaps the most critical danger with bleach, especially for an older adult, lies in its extreme reactivity with other common household cleaners. This is where accidents can become truly life-threatening. Mixing bleach with products containing ammonia, such as some glass cleaners or general-purpose cleaners, creates highly toxic chloramine gas. Inhaling this gas can cause immediate and severe respiratory distress, leading to symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, nausea, and even lung damage or death. Even mixing bleach with acidic cleaners, like toilet bowl cleaners or rust removers, can release chlorine gas, which is also extremely dangerous. As we age, our memory or cognitive function might not always be as sharp as it once was, or we might simply be distracted, making it easier to accidentally combine incompatible products without realizing the dire consequences. A momentary lapse in judgment or a simple mistake in reading labels could lead to a very serious incident. So, how can you achieve a thoroughly clean and disinfected home without resorting to the dangers of bleach? There are many effective and safer alternatives. For general cleaning and light disinfecting, hot soapy water is often sufficient. For sanitizing surfaces like countertops or doorknobs, a solution of white vinegar works remarkably well against many common bacteria and viruses. Remember, never mix vinegar with bleach, but use them separately. Another excellent and safer disinfectant is hydrogen peroxide, commonly available at 3% concentration. You can spray it directly onto surfaces and let it sit for a few minutes before wiping it away. It's effective, and it breaks down into water and oxygen, leaving no harmful residues. Microfiber cloths, used with just water, can also pick up a remarkable amount of dirt and germs without the need for harsh chemicals. The key is to clean regularly and immediately wipe up spills. Preventing germ buildup in the first place means you don't need to resort to such extreme measures. For really tough mold or mildew, a paste of baking soda and a bit of hydrogen peroxide can often do the trick. Applied, left to sit, and then scrubbed. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel bleach is absolutely necessary, ensure the area is incredibly well ventilated, wear robust gloves and eye protection, and ensure no other cleaning products are present. But honestly, for your safety and peace of mind, it's best to avoid bleach entirely and embrace these equally effective, yet far safer alternatives. Your lungs, skin, and overall health will certainly thank you for it. Allowing you to breathe easy and enjoy your beautifully clean home, we've explored how seemingly innocent products like those harsh oven cleaners, pervasive air fresheners, and even the common household bleach can subtly, yet significantly, impact your health as you gracefully navigate your 70s and beyond. We've talked about the respiratory irritations, the skin sensitivities, and the hidden dangers of chemical reactions that an older body is simply less equipped to handle. But this isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about recognizing that you have the power to make simple shifts that profoundly protect your well-being. By choosing gentler, natural alternatives, whether it's baking soda and vinegar for your oven, fresh air for your living spaces, or hydrogen peroxide for disinfecting, you're not just cleaning your home, you're nurturing your health from the ground up. These small changes add up to a tremendous difference. Imagine a home where every breath you take is truly fresh, free from hidden chemicals. Picture your hands and skin free from irritation, and your mind at ease knowing you're not taking unnecessary risks with your long-term vitality. Remember, your home should be your sanctuary, a place of comfort, safety, and pure air. It should be a space that supports your vibrant life, not one that silently compromises it. Age brings wisdom, and with that wisdom comes the opportunity to make choices that truly serve us best. Embracing a healthier approach to keeping your home spick and span doesn't have to be a monumental task. It can be a joyful exploration of new, effective methods that contribute to your overall happiness and longevity. Every swap you make, every time you choose a natural alternative, you're making a powerful statement for your health and independence. You're showing yourself the love and care you deserve. Have you ever experienced any irritation or problems from using strong cleaning products? Perhaps you've already made the switch to natural alternatives. We'd love to hear your stories, your experiences, and your favorite natural cleaning tips. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to others in our community who are looking to make similar changes. And if this video has opened your eyes to a healthier, safer way to clean your home and protect your precious health, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes truly help us reach more wonderful people who could benefit from this vital information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips, encouragement, and insights on living your best, most vibrant life at every age. Live your best life with clear lungs and a happy heart. At every age,